Hello everyone, my name is Puneet. I'm part of Data Engineering Integration team. The topic of today's presentation is the data engineering streaming, also we call it as BDS, Big Data Streaming, on Azure Event Hub, which we run it on Databricks. On 10.4 onwards, we started supporting BDS on Databricks engine as well. So here we support at present only the Event Hub as a source and target. So the agendas of today's presentations are like the data engineering streaming on Databricks and what is Azure Event Hub and how Azure Event Hub can be created by using the admin console. What are the general properties, the connection properties, and how it is possible to create Azure Event Hub connectivity from the infacmd command, and then we'll see the demo. Before we start, let's try to understand what is data engineering streaming on Databricks. Here is a streaming mapping that runs on the Databricks environment and also can include streaming resources. Sources we have at present only the Event Hub. It is Azure Event Hub, which is developed by Microsoft. And as a target, we support Azure Event Hub or we also have a ADLS Gen 2 or the Databricks Delta Lake tables. So now let's try to understand what is Azure Event Hub. Azure Event Hub is a big data streaming platform and the event ingestion services. Here it is capable of receiving and processing the millions of events per second, and also the Events Hub can process and store the events data or the telemetry if it is produced by the distributed softwares and the devices. As I said, it is developed by the Microsoft and hosted on Azure portal. So here we'll see how to create a Azure Event Hub connectivity from the Informatica side, how Informatica is integrated the Azure Event Hub. We use the Azure Event Hub connectivity to access the Azure Event Hub as a source or target. Also can be created and manage the Azure Event Hub by using the developer tool or also from the admin console or also from the infacmd command. As I said, Azure Event Hub can be supported as both source and target, and under the connectivity we'll be having both partition keys and the timestamps. So if you wanted to associate the data object with the different file formats by using the intelligent structure model, it is possible to have input forms the .txt, CSV or XML or the JSON input files. So these are the general properties where you should specify the name and IDs and the description. And under the connection, you should have handy the tenant ID, the subscription ID, the resource group, and the client application ID, and the client secret ID, and the Azure Hub namespace. So having these details ready handy, so we can create a Azure Event Hub connectivity from the Informatica side. And it is also possible to create a connectivity connection from the infacmd by using the command which is shown on the screen, where the command is like infacmd.sh create connection, followed by you have to specify the domain, username, password, and the connection name, and you have to specify all the prerequisites which we were talking about on the earlier slide, where the tenant ID, the subscription ID, and the resource name, and the event hub namespace details. So this is a screenshot which I've collected from the 10.4 DI admin console, where if you look at the first slide, which has a messages under the new connection messages, we have a new option called Azure Event Hub. If you click on that, it will take you to a new window where you have to specify the name and ID and the description, followed by you have to specify the tenant ID, the subscription ID, the resource group name, and the client application ID and the secret ID, and you also have to specify the event hub namespace. Once you have given these details, you can do the test connectivity. Since I've already have given these details, I did a test connectivity and the connection went through fine. So in the next slide, demo will be using the same connectivity which I showed you in the screenshot. I'll be using the same connectivity and I'll be having the event hub Azure event hub as source, and we'll have ADLS Jet2 as a target, and we'll run a mapping on the Databricks and we'll see how it goes. So this is the 10.4 DEI admin console. Here under the connections, we can create a event hub connection. You have to go to the message So under the message, there is an option to create a Azure Event Hub connection. So you just have to click on OK. And where, as I mentioned in the previous slides, you should have the tenant ID, the subscription ID, and the client ID, and the client secret ID, and the Event Hub namespace details in order to get to create Event Hub connections. So as I said in the last slide of my video, I'll be mentioning the Azure ADLS Gen 2 video kidney where you can refer that to get the tenant ID and the subscription ID and the client ID details, how to fetch that from the portal.azure.com. So since I have all the details ready, I'm going to quickly create the connection. So yeah, since I had my connection ready, so I just click on actions and test connection. So you can see that the connection tested successfully. Since the connection for the Azure Event Hub connection is ready, also I have the ADLS Gen 2 connectivity as well. So I'll be using the Azure Event Hub as a source and ADLS Gen 2 as a target, and we'll run a simple mapping on the Databricks cluster. So before we run, we should first check whether the Databricks cluster is up and running. So in my case, this is my Databricks cluster which is up and running. So I'll be using this cluster in order to know like how to create a CCU, how to create a connections and all. You can refer my other videos where I've clearly taught about how to create a CCU on Databricks. From the Azure portal, we will just quickly check whether the Event Hub has data or not. So here I have a few topics. Here I will be using this particular topic for my messaging as a source. So I see like just at a few minutes back, I just pushed few data to the Event Hub. So you can see the throughput and also you can see some messages. These are messages where I have some messages here. So now I will be loading this message to ADLS Gen 2 as a target. So from the developer tool, I have already developed a mapping, which is a very simple mapping, pass-through mapping, which goes from via the Event Hub to the ADLS Gen 2 and which runs on the engine Databricks. So that's how we have selected the Databricks engine and I have selected the associated Databricks CCMO connections. And if you look at the source just taken as Event Hub. So since I've already created a connection, I'll be using the same connection and I've taken this as a connectivity. And if you see the target is of ADLS Gen 2, so which I've taken here, and I've specified the directory location where I wanted to write the data, and here the directory name is Puneet underscore GN, and the file name should be of Event Hub one, okay, underscore demo. So now we are going to run a mapping. We'll see whether the data is going to load it. Before that, we'll see whether the directories exist in the ADLS Gen 2 and is there any other files are present. If you want to create a new object, then it is the same simple as other objects. Like where under the data objects, you have to search for event. So here I could see that Azure Event Hub object. Under that, you can search for browse for the connections, where it lists all the connectivity created for Azure Event Hub. Since I have Azure Event Hub connectivity, I'll be using it the same connectivity, and I'll click on Add. So once you click on Add, it lists all the topics which we wanted to use it for this particular object. So here under the event hubs, where as I showed earlier, I had two topics where all my data is being loaded now to this particular topic. I'll be using test as a topic. You can just click on it. So since I'm already being used this as the topic and using a Gen 2 as a target, now let's go and run a mapping. So now the mapping is started running. Yeah, we will observe how the staging is getting created on ADLS Gen 2. So now we are again back to ADLS Gen 2 here under the active, under the same target directory location. So then the active directory got created. Here it should stage the target data. First, we'll see it takes a couple of seconds. Yeah, as we see now, like it created a staging file. So as my the staging file name should sorry, for the target file name should be of event hub one underscore demo one. So it has created a staging directory, and that staging files got created. So once the mapping interval gets completed, once the mapping gets completed successfully, this staging files will be moved to the actual target directory locations. We'll see that. We'll quickly go back to the mapping and we'll see whether the mapping is completed or not. So here the mapping is still running because I've set the maximum runtime interval for 2 minutes. Let's not wait for till 2 minutes, since we have the staging data. We can, since it is a BDS streaming mapping, we can stop the mapping. So now I'm stopping the mapping. Now we'll see what is it is written on target directory. Now here if I just do a refresh, and we can see that whether the data is not there in the active. So yeah. So now if we go back to our target directory, which is our base target directory, this is a Puneet underscore GN, like where we should have target data. So yeah, so now you can see right here we have the event hub one underscore demo and one underscore demo. This all the files got created because of the messaging size. It got split into multiple files. So this is how you can actually use event hub to write a data, to use as a source and write it to ADLS Gen 2. The event hub can also be used as a target. So as I was discussing on the earlier slide, as a source and target, it is possible to have event hub. And from the Databricks side, for the BDS or the DES mapping, we support only event hub as the source and target. So that's all about the demo. For the reference, you can you can just refer to this the documentations. Also, like to understand what is Azure Databricks and how to create a CCO connections and all, you can refer this YouTube link. Also, you can log into successportal.informatica.com, where we have the links given here. And in order to create a ADLS Gen2 directory and to create ADLS Gen2 connectivity and run a mapping, you can refer the second video KB. And if you want to have if you want to have a like delta as a target table, then it is here is the video KB to create a delta connectivity. As I said, as a BDS mapping, you can have a ADLS Gen 2, or you can have event hub itself as a target, or also you can have delta as a target. So these are the few references which have given it. You can keep it for your reference. So we would like to hear from you. Please write us to supportvideos@informatica.com, or you can follow us on twitter.com/infosupport. Goodbye. Thank you.